Yes, welcome back everyone. Let's now enter in the next segment, which is a glimpse of the girls of the past on 22nd March. On this date, the Supreme Pandu of Hinduism, on 22nd March 2005, Swamiji met with the Dr. Charles Townes, a laureate from the University of California. Dr. Charles was a distinguished professor of astrophysics at the university. He won the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1964 for his research on principles underlying the laser, the light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation, and master microwave amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. Below, you can see some pictures of Supreme Pandu of Hinduism discussing science and spirituality with Dr. Charles Towns at the Berkeley Faculty Club. Swamiji and Dr. Townes discuss wide ranging topics such as the cosmic intelligence, revelations that both have encountered in their own lives, the Big Bang, and each other's perspectives on the creation of the universe. Dr. Townes had, at that time, just won the prestigious templated prize for his lifetime pursuit of convergence of science and spirituality. Later, Supreme Pandu of Hindus who answered questions from the public through a live radio interview aired by Silicon Soleil Tamil radio program. He answered questions on atheism, religion, and spirituality. Amidst other messages, he stressed the relation between one's mental state and the happenings in the world. He said that while there are various things happening in the world, depending on what we tune our minds to, our own world takes shape. This, he said, was the power of coincidence, and Swami's interview received enthusiastically response in the form of a feedback from listeners. On this day, the Supreme Pandu of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, started with addressing the students of the University of Houston. Later in the evening, Swamiji continued on the series of addresses and initiations from the Shiva Sutras in the discourse titled Your Center is Bliss at the Radhakrishna Center in Houston. Soon after the discourse, Swamiji met once again with a group of devotees who were eager to volunteer their time for Kailasa. Following are some pictures taken during that day. On 22nd March 2008, the Supreme Pandu of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, continued on the series of addresses and initiations from the Shiva Sutras in Adi Kailasa. On this occasion, thousands of people gathered in order to receive the healing darshan of the Nijavatara Paramashiva, the Supreme Pandu of Hinduism. And on this day, Kailasa nation celebrated the holy festival in the blissful presence of Supreme Pandu of Hinduism. Holi is a popular ancient Hindu festival. This festival celebrates the eternal and divine love of Radha Krishna. It also signifies the triumph of good over evil, as it celebrates the victory of Lord Vishnu as Narasimha Narayana over Hiranyakashipu. It originated and is predominantly celebrated in the Indian subcontinent, but has also spread to other regions of Asia and parts of the Western world through the South Asian diaspora. So let's now learn about what is Dharma on 22nd March 2011.
Sleeping identity is called Sukshma Sarira. Deep sleep identity is called Karana Sarira. Waking identity is called Stula Sarira. Enlightened identity can be called as Jnana Sarira. We can give our own name, Jnana Sarira. So understand, whenever you strongly remember some of the qualities of the Stula Sarira, your Sukshma Sarira, the dreaming identity gets sucked into this identity. Whenever you remember some of the strong qualities of the Jnana Sarira, this identity, waking state identity, gets sucked into it. And Jnana Sarira's qualities is what I was explaining yesterday as Ananta Kalyana Guna. Thousands of auspicious qualities. When you remember any one of that Ananta Kalyana Guna, strongly this identity gets sucked into it, and that identity starts expressing through this body. That is what we call dharma.
On 22nd March 2012, the Supreme Founder of Hinduism, Bhagwan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, conducted the Q&A session, question and answer session, answering the question of each and everyone who are attending that day's satsang. In this discourse, Swamiji spoke about how the mind pulls us down in life, and it is not the mind but the heart that gauges the essence of our life. The Maya illusion, which the mind recognizes as the classroom created by God for us to learn the lessons of life. In 22nd March 2013, the Supreme Founder of Hinduism conducted the Day 10 of the Inner Agni Convention. And during that day's presidential address, Swamiji expanded on the fourth principles of life, which is the enriching, and how it expands our relationship with ourselves. Enriching is the only possible way we can relate with the universe, with others, which can expand us also. Human beings relate with others in so many modes: mood of lust, mood of fear, mood of confusion, mood of jealousy, mood of attention need. But the best was to relate with others, which will make them powerful, which will make them expanding, which will build us is enriching. On 22nd March 2014, the Supreme Founder of Hinduism conducted the Day 17 of the Inner Awakening at Haridwar. During that day's presidential address, Nityananda Satsang Swami revealed to gather delegates the secret of success of life. Knowing the truth will make us decide the right strategy for life and helps us to be comfortable in our everyday living. Integrity can solve the identity crisis. And Swamiji shared that the right strategy for life should be given at the at young age to radiate intelligence. And that is the space of Advaita that gives the best strategy to operate in life. On 22nd March 2015, Swamiji continued on the Living Advaita series of addresses on initiations from the Upanishads. This day's Akashic revelation was a profound delivery of the Ishavasya Upanishad, verse 7. Yasmin sarvani bhutani atmaivad bhudvijanatah tatra ko mohakashoka ekatvamanupashyatah. In today's revelation on Ishavasya Upanishad, Swamiji entered into the direct jumpstart process of feeling oneness, ekatvam with existence, which is loving Advaita, the science of radiating love. Even if it is a calculative love, initially it will give us the confidence to radiate unconditional selfless love. He further gave heart-filling narrations on Mahadeva's divine place, or Leelas of love in Kailasa, and Madurai explaining the Mahadeva's love current, which are the pure form and expression of love. For that day's Vakyasada, Swamiji gave the topic for spiritual exploration on how we forgot many possibilities of love by complaining it is too small and calculated, selfish, and how to break the barriers to loving and start living love, as only loving Advaita leads to living Advaita.
जय बोलो नित्यानंदा नित्यानंद विनाश.
This whole city is built not just with mud, stone, wood, mortar, It is built with our sacred sentiments. That is why Ramakrishna says this city is golden city, because all our sacred sentiments are filled and the city is built.
जय बोलो
On 22nd March 2018, the Supreme Panel of Hinduism expounded on the cosmic principle, the realization during the everyday life public talk, the Nithyananda Satsang. And in this talk entitled Tyaga, Catalyst for Relationship of Conscious Truth, Swamiji continued expanding on the physics of the Guru-disciple relationship. Supreme Panel of Hinduism defined the truth of realization as standing with our conscious conclusions through all the ups and downs of realizing we are Paramashiva, while still maintaining our life. Realization is the Tyaga we exhibit after we have declared ourselves as Sadashiva. Realization means continuing to protect our inner space without being affected by external happenings through the force of Tyaga, while letting our conscious decisions manifest in our life.
Actually, the unconditional love comes, how you know? When you start giving calculated love more and more, the confidence you develop on you, when the SDHD melts down, the confidence you develop on you, the energy you radiate, that becomes unconditional love. Unconditional love is not dependent on any action you do. Even your breathing, you will be loving the whole world. Your existence, you will be thinking, what can I do further? How can I contribute further?
Upcoming programs: Inner Awakening 21-day retreat to rewrite your future, March.
On 22nd March 2019, the Supreme Panel of Hinduism expounded on the cosmic principle of Guru-disciple relationship within the everyday life of Bhikta. Swamiji shared the drop entering into the ocean is enlightenment. Ocean entering into the drop is Guru. And he explained that as long as the Guru-disciple tradition is alive, Hinduism will be alive. And Swamiji beautifully shared his experience with his Guru, Arunagiri and expanded on the various topics such as the enlightenment, ultimate love, compassion, dedication, sacrifice, integrity, and Hinduism and the anti-Hindus. He shared a special painting to be displayed in temples, ashram, and puja rooms, and then extended blessings to all in his own words. Core and backbone of Hinduism is Guru disciple tradition. That is why anti-Hindus aim only at destroying Guru disciple tradition. As long as Guru disciple tradition is alive, Hinduism will be alive. To show the importance of Guru disciple tradition, Arunagiri Yogeshwara appeared in my life and played with me and trained me. This painting is the closest anyone could capture my relationship with Arunagiri Yogeshwara. And I also want our temples and ashram to display this painting. And I bless the devotee, Arshad, who painted this, and all of you keep this portrait in your puja rooms and as screensaver in every possible way and places and repeatedly enjoy this. And whoever does this, I bless you all with the same beautiful Guru disciple relationship I had with my Guru and Yogeshwara. On 22nd March 2020, Supreme Panel of Hinduism. After the second great fast started radiating Paramashiva through his physical body, the very being of Paramashiva for the whole humanity to manifest. And during this period after the Great Fast, Swamiji delivered extraordinarily powerful messages on initiations every day. Today, during the everyday life public talk, Swamiji expounded on the great principle Paramashivoham initiation, where gods physically accept Naivedyam, and Paramashiva, through the body of Supreme Founder of Hinduism, blesses us all with the boon of gods physically accepting our Naivedyam that is offered with tremendous Tyaga. So, with that, we come to the conclusion of the glimpses of the glories of the fast. So, it's time that we get ready to receive the darshan of the Parashakti, who embodies the Supreme Founder of Hinduism, who manifests in the Supreme Founder of Hinduism's body. So, we'll now be entering into the meditation. I request everyone to sit straight with your eyes closed as we get ready to receive the grace and blessings of Supreme.